Hello there, my name is Graham, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. This is an actual play of one of my scenarios in testing called GraveRobbers. Sit back and enjoy as we take you to 1920s Boston as a spree of bank robberies has been plaguing the South Boston police. You have been asked to join PI Willburn Knowles in helping him with a case he is working. He's been asked by an old friend, Strikes, who is a manager of a bank in the south side of Boston, where there's been a spree of bank robberies. He thinks that his bank is next, and he's called in a favour with his friend Wilbur to help out, and he in turn has asked you three to join him. You've been asked to meet at the back in the alley, just off Miller Street, where you'll be filled in the details. Okay, so I'm going to start with Cleet. Cleet, so you're coming into the back alley. It's a fairly miserable, overhung day, and the rain is drizzling, and everything is grey. You see Wilbur leaning against an old beat-up Ford as he's talking to a man in the back alley. He nods to you as you move into the alley. You can smell the stink of garbage, and there's a sort of cat mewing in the background as you walk along. It's probably about 9 in the morning. The bank has been held shut, waiting for you to arrive. What would you like to do, Cleet?
I approach Wilbur and whoever he's talking to, and I nod acknowledgingly, and just wait for him to fill me in.
He looks up at you and says, "Cleet, thanks for coming. I'll wait on the others before I start, but this is Mr. Strikes, the bank manager, and he's got some things and concerns to tell us. But thanks for showing up. That's much appreciated that." And then I'm going to say Stanley arrives. Again, you see the same scene of the three men standing in the alley next to the car. The sort of cobble roads are all sort of bumpy and sort of uneven as you walk down through the puddles. What do you do?
I'm going to sort of bound up with a lot of energy and kind of say hi to Wilbur and sort of, really say, great to see you again. It's been a long while. Happy to help you out because you helped me out before. So what is it I can do for you? And who's your friend?
Stanley. This is Mr. Trax. He is the bank manager of this fine establishment, and he has some problems I think your muscle-bound head could probably help with.
Happy to help.
We're waiting on one more before we begin. He sort of looks at his watch and taps his sort of foot, and he sort of clucks as he pulls out another cigar and starts lighting it. And Jessica, the latecomer, as always, comes into the back alley.
I shanty up, and I'm like, is this the right place?
Wilbur sort of looks at you, sort of over his shoulder as he lights his cigar, puffing, and just nods, goes, "Yeah, Jessica, it is. Come on, join the little party. We'll get this over with."
This better not be a waste of my time.
Well, you owe me a favor, so your time is mine, ma'am. And until I say otherwise,
Whatever.
You have a debt to pay.
Aren't you a bundle of sunshine?
I smile.
Cleet, this is Jessica. Stanley, this is Jessica. And that's Cleet. This is Mr. Strikes. And we've got to be quiet now, as Mr. Strikes tells us all about his troubles. If you can manage that, Jessica, that'd be just nice.
I'll try.
Strikes, the sort of bank manager. He's a sort of smaller squat man with a pinstripe suit that's been soaked through by the rain. He's doesn't look too happy to be here, and he sort of he seems nervous to you as he starts to stammer. He just says, "Well, the banks are being robbed in the area. It's concerning, and the staff don't like it, and they want to come into work, so we're on minimum staff, and there's a problem with their attitude. So I've asked my friend to come in and help out, because I think we are actually going to be hit next. The police are overworked, they're overstretched, and they've been told by the mayor to protect the larger branches, so we're on our own, at least for the time being. They might get here in time if something happens, but the staff are not happy with 30 minutes as a ballpark figure, as they said. So we need you three to, bolster security and make sure there's no, inside men on these jobs. There's been some rumours and, talk from some of the girls at the cashiers that someone may be leaking information about opening times and certain money transfers that are going around. I don't like it. So you three need to pose as bank staff and work here for a few days to, root out the problem, if that is okay. Wilbur sort of looks over and goes, that is all right. They'll do as they're told, won't you?
While he's talking, I'm writing it all down in my little notebook.
You're fighting the rain as you're scribbling ferociously on your pad, sort of wiping it away, sort of smearing your pencil. Stanley, do you have anything to say to this?
I'm just so happy to be here. Really want to help. Is there what's happening? Do we get paid while we work in the bank?
Wilbur almost chokes on his the smoke as he sort of chews back the cigar and goes, son, that's good. That's a good one. You're here to pay off a debt, son, and you need to pay the debt. It's not about getting paid, it's about getting even with the balance. You're in the red, you want to be in the black.
I understand, Wilbur. I understand. It's fine. I just thought I'd ask. Just put it out there. I'd ask.
Always a chancer. All right, Cleet, do you have anything to say?
Well, what do we know about these bank robbers that have been running roughshod around these parts?
It's a good question. Mr. Strax, maybe you fill him in. Again, Mr. Strax starts pacing in the back alley, sort of like kicks some garbage in frustration. He goes, we don't really know too much about what's happening. It's been reported that the people who are doing the bank robberies are all different, but there's certain things which seem to match up. I had Wilbur do some digging, and one of his police contacts said they all hand over the same note, so they must be related in some way. And Wilbur says, and the hearse. There's always a hearse as a getaway vehicle. Seems an odd choice in vehicle, don't you think?
Yes, sir. Seems very strange to me.
What did you say? They all have the same what now?
They all pass over the same note. They pass a note, and it's like, it says something oh, give us the money, or something like that, and they hand over the money, and that's it. So yes, all the notes in all the bank robberies have been the same. So we think they're related.
Do we have any copies of these notes we can look over?
Wilbur turns to you and goes, no, sorry, I could only get the information from my police contact, but he wouldn't give me a copy. But he did say that the note said, put the money in the bag and no one will get hurt. That's pretty much the size of it. So it's fairly generic, and it might just be coincidence that they're all the same, but they did say the paper is the same, and the size of the typing's the same, and it's quite the coincidence.
Do they take the note back when they're done robbing?
No, ma'am, that would be silly. They just take the money and run. But one has been taken down, and it was a gentleman in his 30s, and the other one, at one of the other banks, was a woman in her 50s. So it's, what can I say? Unlikely to be a gang operation, but they could be being coerced by someone. We just don't know. So you three need to have a look around in the bank and maybe talk to the tellers and try to figure out perhaps if they know something they aren't telling the management. And if there's any problems, I'm sure Stanley's got a few knuckles to pass around as well.
Yep, and there's the saying that I click the fingers and break the knuckles and just kind of say, ready to go.
Well, I think we better get started then. Strikes looks at you, three of you, and sizes you up and says, "Well, Jessica's gonna have to be a bank teller. Well, she's not going to be security now, is she? So, Jessica, you're now part of the bank staff as a teller. I've told the staff that we're bringing in some new replacements to cover for the people who are, well, not too keen on being shot at or stabbed or anything like that. But you need to act like you're enjoying the job, or at least happy to have the job."
I see. I can do that just fine.
Well, okay, but, well, could you smile?
Excuse me.
Could you just a little smile?
I force a big, giant, sunny smile. Like this?
Oh no, I think it was better without the smile. It's thank you anyway. He sort of looks at you disconcertedly.
I stop smiling.
Service with a smile.
He looks at the other two, Cleet and Stanley, and looks at Cleet next and says, "Would you like to be staff as a security guard, or would you like to be behind the tills as one of the floor managers? You could take my place as the manager if you like."
I think I'll be the bank manager. I might be able to get some more information out of the other tellers more easily if I'm the manager. Wink, wink.
Yes, okay. So you can be my replacement for today. A trainee assistant manager. I'm training you up because I'm not happy or some sort of story like that. I'll act all confused and angry that they're sending in a new person. And yeah, you can maybe talk to the staff that way. Excellent. That just leaves Stanley. Now, Stanley, I would say I would have you as the manager, but you look very like security to me, so I'm going to make you work with Stanley. He's an old guard, and he'll see you through. Just, abide by his words and don't try and overreact if there's any problems in the bank. Be courteous, and again, you can maybe smile and act friendly. We don't know if they're going to be arriving, the bank robbers, you see, so don't treat everyone with suspicion.
Friendly is my middle name. I'm more than happy to play this game. Sounds great to me. And these dukes are ready for if they're needed. Don't worry, Mr. Strike. Everything's going to be fine.
Could you give me a wee smile, Stanley?
I'm always smiling. Can't you see this beaming smile, these pearly whites? Absolutely beautiful.
He looks at Jessica and says, "See? That's a smile."
I write something down in my notebook. Glaring daggers at everybody around me.
I smile at Jessica and give her a wink.
The young man thought little of the great female detective, I whisper as I write.
He just shakes his head, and Wilbur just gets up and throws his what's left of his cigar into the sort of the gutter of the puddle, and it singes out. And he looks at you and just goes, "I'm gonna be in the car out the front, so if you need me, you come get me. I'm gonna be looking for the hearse. All right?"
Right.
Excellent.
He just stands there.
Well, if you see the hearse, give a shout or a whistle or something. I'd like to know when they show up.
Hit the horn.
He just keeps standing there, and then he just goes,
Is he asleep? I snap my fingers in front of his face.
"What? Yes, I'll peep the horn."
Did you just fall asleep?
Heads out. Yeah, he sort of checks his pockets and pulls out some pills. "Sorry, I forgot my medicine this morning. I'll be alright, though.
It
I'll be alright."
appears the bank manager is a drug addict, I write in my book, whispering.
That's the PI.
Okay. It's my book. I can write whatever I want.
Okay, sorry.
You're probably right that the lookout's going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
The lookout is going to fall asleep.
All right.
Oh yeah, he goes to his car, opens the door, and he gets inside. Before he shuts, he says, "Now, plain ass with Mr. Striker. I've got a reputation to uphold, so you do things and it reflects badly on me. Understand?"
We get it.
It'll be A-okay.
Very well.
We won't be too crazy with this here job. We'll try our best. And I look at them tellingly, as in like, right?
Always.
I keep writing.
Furiously.
Okay, I'm gonna it's like, all right, let's all get inside now. I'm starting to soak in pretty bad here in this rain.
The manager agrees and just says, "Right, okay, come in." And he takes you in the side door here and into the main building. This side door is a large sort of oak sort of security door, which seems to be a trades entrance, and he takes you from there past the stairs to the upstairs offices into the main lobby. The bank itself is lined with walnut trimming and paneling. It looks old and ostentatious with a vaulted painted ceiling. In the middle of the red carpet, pole bearers to hold the sort of ropes for the line that lead up to the glass fronted tellers. In the corner on one of on a sofa is an old security man who gets up as soon as he sees the manager and starts brushing down his uniform. He approaches the four of you and Strike says, "This is our security guard, Mr. Munt. Stanley is an old man, that's for sure. Okay, granted, he's like a sort of, he looks like an octogenarian. He's probably about 80 odd. He sort of like looks weathered in the face and stark white hair. But he's an old friend, and he's been here a while, so he knows the ropes. Listen to him, and make sure you don't hurt anyone, okay?" He's sort of talking to Stanley. Stanley Munt sort of looks at Stanley Ace and sort of eyes him up, sort of bushy eyebrows, sort of like overly expressive on his face. And he just says to Strikes, "I see, sir. My replacement, sir. No problem, sir. I understand. I'll train him up. Not a problem."
I want to wink at the old man.
"Surely the woman's not going to be security, sir."
I'm sure a strapping man like you could protect me.
"Ma'am, if this was the front line, I'd certainly do that. I'd dive in a hand grenade for you. Not a problem, sir."
I clutch my chest.
"Indeed. Yes, chivalry's dead these days. Look at these two." So I looks them
I'm
over.
gonna roll my eyes.
"Nothing."
I start drawing a picture of him in my notebook.
God. Okay, I approach and I say, so you were in the Great War too, eh?
I was, well, in several of the big battles, but I came through it. Not a problem. I see you've got a bit of a scar there, sir. I hope you wear it with honor.
I wear it well enough, I suppose. But, is it alright if I ask you a few questions?
Yes, absolutely. Am I training this one up too, Mr. Strikes? Mr. Strikes just shakes his head up. Fine, not a problem. Ask away, sir.
So, in the past few days, have you noticed anybody strange looking around? Maybe somebody casing the joint, looking to rob it before they show up?
Well, that would be my job, sir. I'm always on the outlook to see if there's anyone who looks suspicious. And I've not seen anyone that really fits that description. No, sorry, sir. Though there was Mr. Garrett. He's a character. You'll probably see him today. But we know him. He's handleable, if that's a word, sir.
Who's Mr. Garrett exactly?
Oh, he's a customer, sir. He comes in regular.
So unusual about him.
He likes to shout, sir. You'll see him. He's can be a handful, but the girls know how to deal with him, and I'm sure this fine young specimen of a woman can show him to the door if he gets too raucous.
Of course.
All right.
But other than that, sir, just a few inquiring about, times of opening, that sort of thing. I helped an old lady down the stairs yesterday, and she thanked me. That was nice.
What can you tell me about some of the clerks that work here?
There's Dorothy, and there's Maple.
Stryker just looks at you and says, both of them left last year. He doesn't remember names too well.
Oh.
I see. I turned to Mr. Stryker, was it?
Strikes.
Right. Okay. I turned to Mr. Strikes and I asked him, so what can you tell me about some of the staff that's going to be on duty today, the clerks in particular?
We only have two, Donna Kinley and Madeline McDuff. Both of them are staying on, even though it's a hard time here. So you'll see them in a second. He sort of looks at them through the back. They're sort of sorting out the sort of morning's money and that sort of thing. So you, Jessica, and Cleet, go around the back and have a wee word with them. And Stanley, you go with Stanley. Odd. Because I need to open the doors. People are waiting to get in.
Very well.
Good to me. Come on, Stanley, let's go.
Okay, Stanley takes Stanley away from the main floor, and he takes him down a flight of stairs into the basement. And he sort of looks him up and down and says,
"Well, you're a big fella. That's for sure. Could have used you in the war. Look at that. That would be something to stand behind with all that artillery. Well, better get your uniform."
he sort of opens an old closet and sort of smell the mustiness of all the sort of mothballs that have been left in there with the uniforms. He sort of pulls one out with a name Smith on it, holds it up to you. "No, too small." Puts it back and pulls out another one. Give me a luck roll to see if there's one that fits you. Alright, Stanley, you're given a top which is far too tight, and the sleeves are all the way up your wrists, and the trousers are just like, they're so tight on you, if you bend over or anything, they're probably going to rip. And it's like,
"That's not good. Well, just wear your own trousers and, well, try for that top. It's fine."
he sort of pulls a hat off and just puts a hat on you, sort of thing. You look a bit like a milkman now with
it's not really working, but it'll have to do, I suppose.
I'm sorry about this, Stanley. I just can't help it with these guns, and I show him my arms and all that, and say, "But don't worry, Stanley. We're going to keep this place safe. You know, we've got the tools to do the job. I think with your insight and your wisdom and my muscle, I think we'll be doing a good job today. Don't worry about the uniform. It's fine."
Not a problem. Excellent. Good attitude to have, sir.
Upstairs, Jessica and Cleet, you're led behind the actual cashier through this door here. And you're met by Donna Kinley as the manager goes to open the door. Donna sort of looks at you and says, "Hello, I'm Donna. Can I help you too, please?" She looks a bit confused.
I'm the new teller, and this is the new bank manager.
I'm being trained for the position. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, okay. And she sort of gives her hand and shakes Cleet's hand and then offers it to Jessica as well.
Shake her hand.
"Pleased to meet you." She just pulls her hand back and says, "Clammy," and moves off to the teller position. You're gonna have to, be cautious of clammy hands. The metal on the copper of the coins can sometimes come off and make your hands smell. So, yes, that's not good. Maybe this isn't the job for you.
You just let anybody in here. You didn't check for ID or anything. We could be some kind of bank robbers.
Mr. Strikes let you in, so I would assume you're okay.
Whatever.
Madam,
I write
please.
down. That stupid bank teller thought she was better than the great female detective.
I hope you're not saying all this out loud while you're writing it.
No, I'm whispering it out loud.
Excellent.
And I start drawing a picture of her, but I make her look more stupid in the picture.
Fair enough. Donna looks up at Cleet and says, "So you're training up to be the manager, are you? That's lovely. What did you do before this?"
Well, before this, I worked for the Pinkertons agency, and before that, I was a officer in the U.S. military during the Great War.
Oh, fancy. I've always liked military men. That's lovely. I'm sure we'll get on just fine.
Splendid.
And she sort of blushes a little bit, and she just says, "Well, if you two come here, I'll show you the ropes." And she sort of looks around the room and starts showing you the sort of tills and how the sort of monetary transactions work and how the records are kept for each of the actual billing system and filing system for the actual accounts. You can both give me intelligence rolls to see if you remember it.
Okay, while she's talking, I'm also writing it down.
Okay, not a problem. All right, both of you are clued in on how the basics of the banks work. You didn't get any hard success, so you don't know the sort of more sort of advanced stuff. She sort of glosses over very fast, but you get the gist of what you're doing. And she sort of turns around. Is there any questions?
No. What if somebody's yelling at us? What should we do?
You should smile and be polite. Can I see a smile from you, Jessica?
I do
Oh,
my
boy.
same giant smile.
Oh, that is gruesome. Sorry. Could you just be stalwart and pleasing? That'd be fine.
I don't see what
Sorry.
the big huss is about. The big hubbub is about. My dentist says I have a beautiful smile.
I'd maybe look for a new dentist.
Oh. I write something down.
And Mr. Cracker Barrel, would you? Well, you have the say when it comes to over-aggressive customers or someone who needs to open a new account. That is your profession. Well, your area of expertise, or it will be. Just to be courteous to them, and I'm sure you know the rest, or you wouldn't have got the job. So yes, not a problem. We're just waiting on Madeline, and she sort of motions to the sort of the big vault here, and just as she does, Madeline comes around the corner. This sort of fairly hefty woman carrying what looks like sort of coin trays, and she comes up to Donna and says, "Who are these people?" And Donna introduces both of you. This is Jessica, and this is Mr. Cracker Barrel. He's the new assistant manager. And Madeline just nods and pushes past. Okay.
What do you know about her?
Oh, pay her no mind. She is not a morning person at all. And, well, she's a little bit snippy. So she's not having good time at home. I think she's got financial problems. But don't mention it. I should have told you that.
How long?
I want to stare the lady talking to us down. I want to stare her down and see if she's telling the truth.
Okay, you can give me a psychology roll. Both of you can. Okay, Jessica, you definitely think she's telling the truth, and Cleet, you also agree that she's telling the truth. Jessica, you actually think she's told you a secret that she shouldn't have.
A bit of a gossip, aren't we?
No, you can't prove a thing. Back downstairs with Stanley, Mr. Muntz is sort of showing you the ropes, and he says, "Can you strike a marching pose, please, sir?"
Yeah. Okie doke.
Excellent. Just march up and down, couple of feet, just so I can see your posture.
I stand up straight and do my best soldier impression and march up and down as he's asked.
Give me a dex roll, just to see if you can like hold the posture. Yeah, well you do. Okay. He sort of looks at you. Youth of today, not as what it used to be. Never mind, son. Never mind. Let's go upstairs.
It's because I'm used to being in a boxer's crouch. That's all. I'm just used to being in a boxer's crouch. I just can't get used to this marching business. But don't worry, I'll pick it up. It's fine.
Right, eh? Everyone did the same. None of this dancing around and skipping ropes.
Hey, those skipping ropes convey some big bills, I tell you.
Well, they can't kill a German with their bare hands, can they? No.
Well, that depends on what hands you're using. These babies can knock a fierce punch, I tell you. We'll be safe today, I tell you that much.
I hope so, sir. Well, what we do on the floor, as he takes you back onto the main floor, is we stand at the door, or we have a look at the customers, just casually just walking past, having to see if there's any problems. If they do have any problems, you deal with them. Or you get the manager, and he'll deal with them. Understand?
Oh yeah, seems all very simple, seems good. But yeah, I think if we have a nice and friendly approach, then I think we should avoid any of the need for using any of the other arts, shall we say?
Well, let's hope so. If you have any problems, I'm here, and I have a gun. So there's that too.
Oh, you got a gun! Wow, that's pretty serious stuff. Can I have a look at it? Have you got it there?
I don't give my gun to anyone, sir. That's against regulations, sir.
I just want to look. I don't want to touch it. Yeah, I'd never touch another man's gun.
Yeah, he pulls out a sort of relic of a Luger, and he sort of shows it to you. There you go, sir. That's all you need to see, sir.
Yep, very nice, very nice.
Took it off an officer.
I bet you did. But it was a hard fought item as well, right?
No, he was already dead.
Take them while you can, that's what I say.
Well, yes. I brought back about 12 of them. Sold them. Got to make money where you can.
Yeah. Good man. I like your style. I could learn a thing or two from you, I reckon.
He nods at that. Yes, can absolutely. With that, Mr. Strikes, the manager, opens the front door, and several customers start piling in. First in is a young man with a sort of like long, sort of thin face, sort of a pearlescent white sort of complexion. He looks a little sickly as he sort of moves down the aisle and takes his position, waiting to be seen. Behind him, there is an old woman sort of dossering around. She's carrying a big sort of carpet bag. It seems very heavy as she sort of moves in behind the young man. And behind her, there's a young, sort of mid-aged sort of man in a sort of a dark blue suit with a yellow tie, and he's looking around nervously as he stands behind the old woman and starts fidgeting.
This is happening up in the lobby?
Yeah, it's happening here. So you can see through the glass.
I narrow my eyes at them and I watch intensely.
Stanley leans over to Stanley and says, "There's our first lot. All we have to do is be polite, check them out, make sure they're on the level."
I will follow your lead.
Yes, okay. Follow me. And he sort of goes in. He sort of goes into his sort of marching sort of posture and sort of moving around the room, sort of looking very discreetly in his eyes at the customers. Yeah, however, looks like he is actually leering at them as you watch him go through the motions.
I was going to say, the old lady with the carpet bag, is she struggling?
Yep. She's struggling a little bit with the bag, yeah. It's quite heavy.
I was just going to maybe go up to her and just offer if she wanted any help with the bag.
She sort of looks at you and sort of pulls out her spectacles and puts them on. Her sort of beady little eyes become massive milk bottle sort of eyes when you see through the glasses, and she sort of stares up at you. And she says, "Who are you?"
Security, Mom. I just could see that you were struggling a little bit with that rather heavy bag, so I'm happy to kind of sort of just lift it up for you and just sort of stand with you in line and kind of help you along, if that would help.
She sort of licks her lips and says, "I don't know you."
Hey, I'm just here to help. We're with security.
What's your name?
It's Stanley Ace. You may have heard of me.
No, I've not heard of you. Why would I heard of a security guard? That's strange. You can give me a social roll, anyone you want, to actually try to help her. Okay. She just she grabs her sort of carpet bag to her body, and she just says, "Go away! Don't know you. Don't want to know you. You're not my son."
Okay, Mom. I'm here if you need me. Just give us a shout.
Bleaks, you are sort of peering through the windows as all this is happening, and you can give me a spot hidden as you look through the windows out to the street.
All right.
Okay. You can't see anything through the rain-drenched windows, but other than where Knowles is parked outside, Wilbur's behind the wheel, and he looks like he's awake, but you're not quite sure. If you wish to push the roll, you can. If so, what are you doing differently?
No, I'm not going to push the roll. I'm just going to look out into the main parking lot through the windows and see if I can see a hearse there as well.
No, there is no hearse on the streets yet that you can see.
Okay. I'm going to find... well, Madeline's already working right now, so I shouldn't just pull her aside and talk to her. I'm just going to look like I'm just basically supervising, just walking around, checking things out. But I'm going to be basically keeping an extra eye on Madeline, see if she's doing anything suspicious, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, you can basically just watch her intently, and for that I'll probably just need an intelligence roll to watch her and keep track of her movements. As he is doing that, Jessica, what are you doing?
I'm staring at that twitching man. I'm seeing if he's doing anything weird.
He's sort of fidgeting with he's sort of a ring on his finger, and he looks like his hands are shaking a little bit, and he's perhaps a little clammy like yourself. And he's definitely impatient, shall we say. But you can give me a spot.
Okay.
Donna says to you, Jessica, why don't you take the next one? And she shows you to the sort of the till, and the first man goes up to the till to be served by Madeline. So the sort of pale, thin man sort of like starts chatting with Madeline about opening an account. The second person in the queue is the old lady, and she holds her bag in front of her. She pulls it up to the desk and throws it up onto the counter in front of you, Jessica. And she just peers over it with a tiny sort of like hands clasped to the top of it. I want to put this in my bank. I want to put this in my bank account.
What is it? Money?
Yes,
How much?
Money. A lot. You're gonna have to count it.
You count it.
No, that's your job. You're the teller. You count. They always count it for
I
me.
try to take the bag from her.
She sort of grasps onto it and just won't let it go at first. She says, "What's your name?"
My name is Jessica Brooks. I'm famous.
Oh, everyone seems to be famous today. She sort of lets go and just mumbles, "You could smile."
I don't smile, and I open up the bag.
Inside is a cornucopia of coins. There is a lot in there, and they're all different. And you even spot some foreign ones. This is going to take a hell of a time to figure out.
I take out one of the foreign coins and I say, "What is this?"
She sort of peers at it. I think it's Hungarian. You do money transfers.
I think this is counterfeit.
Well,
I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't count this money. It's counterfeit. And I pass the bag back to her.
I'd like to speak to the manager. Manager,
Come over here.
Manager.
My attention is briefly drawn, and I walk over and I say, "Can I look over at Jessica? I can talk to you for a second."
She's trying to give me counterfeit money.
All right, Jessica. First, I would have someone else who've worked here for a while look it over first before you decide if it's counterfeit. Second, I need you to please be as calm and courteous and professional with this woman and with any other tellers. Can you do that for me?
She has a bag full of coins. I'm not going to waste 3 hours counting this.
Well, we have the other tellers. Just you count it, and the others will take over for the rest of the duties while you're counting it.
Fine.
We have the people.
Whatever. I start counting it, but I'm like slamming the coins down on the table. I'm really mad.
The old woman just smiles at you. See?
I miscount it, and I do it on purpose, and I give her exchange less money. I put less money in the bank account than there is in the bag.
It's going to take a while to count it out, but yeah, you can definitely screw her if you want to. You sort of give me a spot hidden as you're sort of like watching as well. Okay, not a problem. Okay, fair enough. You can see the man behind her that's next in the queue is very agitated now. He seems about to. Well, he still looks a bit red in the face.
Okay, I want to knock on the glass panel and I would say, "You!" And I want to point at him.
Yes.
Well,
ma'am.
Why are you fidgeting about like that?
Well, I want served. I should be served first.
Security!
Stanley, you're being called on.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and say, "Hi, sir. What's the potential problem here?"
He sort of looks at you and just says, "There's no problem. I just want served. That's all."
I think you should pat him down.
Are you here to make a deposit, or are you going to be taking out money today, sir?
I'll be taking out money from my mother's account. Yes.
And stuff. So I'm sure we can get one of the other tellers to maybe deal with that issue for you. I'm going to turn around and see if Madeline or Donna's available and whether they can deal with this. And I do say, is it Mr. Garrett, sir?
Do I know you?
No, it's just I'm a new security guard here, and the manager and the security guards have obviously told me to keep an eye out for you because you're one of our most important customers.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I'm quite important. You see, my mother is very wealthy, and I look after her affairs. I'm her, yes, her son, and yes, I'm like, well, in charge.
Yes, well, that's very good, and we totally value your patronage here. You know, it's fantastic that you come and visit us so often. I'm going to try and find you a teller, and I'm going to shout for Madeline or Donna to see if they can help Mr. Garrett.
Okay. You see that Donna doesn't want to deal with them at all, and she's slinked off to the background. And Madeline is still dealing with the first gentleman. You can try to get him to move or hurry him off if you wish. With a persuade or a social, any social. It depends how you deal with them. What do you want to say to that gentleman if you want to move him? If you don't want to move him, that's fine too.
I'll try a little bit of Oh no, I'll just leave him there, and I'll just turn to Mr. Garrett, engage him in a bit of a conversation, and just say, I'm sure this gentleman will be finished in just a moment. Unfortunately, all the other tellers aren't available yet, but I'm sure they'll be with you any minute now when this gentleman's finished.
That's fine. That's fine. Not a problem.
Thank you very much for your understanding, and I hope to see you again soon. If you have any other problems, please let me know, and I'll be willing to help.
He sort of looks at you and gives you a small, sort of pursed smile, and says, "Thank you for your time. It's very nice of you. You can leave now."
And then I wander off. Go and see
Okay.
Lee and have a chat with him.
As soon as you do, Mr. Garrett steps forward and shoves the old lady to the floor and screams into Jessica's face, "I want my money now!" The old woman pitches over, screaming, and you hear an audible crack.
Security! Security!
I think I'm gonna
What is Cleet doing first? As you see the old woman just sort of fall out of sight, and this man sort of rapping on the door, on the sort of glass. "I want my mother's money now."
Okay, first, before that all happened, while they were talking, I communicate. I'm looking over the other patrons, sizing them up.
Sure. So you're looking at the man who's being served by Madeline.
Yes, there's the old lady, and there was no other people.
There's just 3 people in the bank just now.
Okay.
That will change though. So there's these 3 people. You can give me a spot hidden on all of them if you wish. Just a general outlook.
Does it have to be 3 individual ones or just one?
No, just
okay.
one. Yeah, just one. Okay, not a problem. Do you want to push that roll?
No.
So what are you doing different?
No, I'm not. I'm not spending too much time just staring at people. I'm trying to be discreet, so I'm not looking at them that intently. I also assumed that I had noticed that Madeline, I believe, Madeline has disappeared off the back.
So it's Donna's disappeared. Madeline's the one who you're suspicious of, and she's dealing with the young man who was first.
Okay.
So yeah, Donna's moved off to the back room where you keep most of the money. It's sort of like this door here, sort of on the floor safe.
Okay, I go back. I nonchalantly wander back there, looking for her, seeing what she's doing.
Okay. She sort of looks up at you as you sort of move to the door, and she sort of freezes and goes, "Oh, hello. Didn't see you there, Fleet."
So I just wanted to talk to you about Jessica. If you could do your best as to coach her as much as possible, I would really appreciate that. And while I'm saying this, I'm looking at her mannerisms. Like she seemed all shocked and stuff, but I'm also looking around to see what she was doing, and also if maybe she's hiding something or what she was doing.
Sure. Just now she's sort of looks like she's counting money, and she's banding up money into piles of 100 with the sort of counting machine. You can definitely give me a psychology roll to see what you think of the situation. All right. She was doing something that she shouldn't have been doing. You can tell that she's very nervous about you walking in this room.
Ooh, okay. Well, let me check that off real quick. Oh wait, no, I already got that. Okay. I look where I was like, excuse me, if you can stop that for a minute. Is the safe open or while she's counting this up?
Yeah, she's counting money from the safe and banding it into 100s for today's sort of service. Okay,
I tell her, excuse me, can you put that down for a minute and then close this up? I want to speak to you for a moment.
Not a problem. And she does so. She sort of closes the door but doesn't lock it. And she just looks in front of you. So, what would you like to talk about?
Okay, well, like I said earlier, Jessica definitely can use quite a bit more coaching. You seem to be one of the more experienced clerks here. You definitely know what you're doing. And also, the point is, I'm taking her aside somewhere discreet, not just right here where everybody can watch her, but I don't know, maybe right here or something. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so you take her back, and she said, I could try to do something with Jessica, but I have so limited, like, stuff to work with. She's not of caliber.
I completely understand. And a second thing, and I say, now keep in mind I may already know some of the answers to these questions, but I want to know precisely, why were you counting up all that money in the back? Like, what were you doing?
That's my job.
Well, precisely what were you doing, though? I'm trying to understand how this all works. So are you counting that up for what exactly?
We band 10s and 20s, and then we hand them out to the tellers, and that's the cash on hand for them for the day.
How many were you planning to count up and take up?
I don't know. Usually just 1s and 5s, but sometimes people need the 10s and 20s too. But it's mostly just the 1s and 5s.
I understand. So I'm going to ask this one more time again, and I need I need a very honest and frank answer from you. Keep in mind, whether or not you answer honestly may have a direct impact of your employment here in this institution. I'm going to ask one more time. What precisely were you doing? I say to her unblinkingly, and roll an intimidate check.
Sure.
Damn it.
She looks at you and gives you a small smile. You're not the manager yet. If you value that position, I wouldn't get too comfortable trying to intimidate the women that work here. And with that, she stalks back to the main desk, and there's a commotion happening at the main desk. This man is banging on this window, Jessica, and you can see it wobble and shake in front of you, and you just see him shouting at you, "I want my money!"
I take out my notebook and start writing again. Looking up and down at him really quickly as I'm writing.
Hey, Stanley, what are you doing?
So I'm going to go across in my best marching manner, and I'm going to restrain Mr. Garrett.
Okay, give me a brawl roll. This will be a maneuver to restrain him instead of do damage. Against Mr. Garrett, he has 45 brawl. He fails. Okay, Stanley, you grab him by the arms and put him in a lock. He sort of kicks out and tries to smash the glass between Jessica and him. As he does so, and hits it, but it doesn't break. There's just a crack in it, Jessica. You see this like big, massive hairline crack go through it. I want my money now! I'm
going to tell him very sternly to stop, and I'm going to frog march him to the front door and chuck him out, if I can.
You sort of do that. You sort of grab him and you sort of push him outside, and you throw him out into the sort of the rain, and he sort of looks at you. I don't like you.
I tell him, that is not the way to behave in this bank, and if you come back and do that again, you won't be allowed in. You're going to have to come past me next time, and you're going to have to promise to be polite and nice and not be an asshole. Now get out of here.
He looks at you and just stands in the rain shouting and screaming, like throwing a hissy fit. And old Stanley comes up beside you and he says, "His mother doesn't even have an account here. It's strange. He's just off his rocker."
Well, he's going to have to get wet and be outside and be off his rocker out there. And with that, I kind of turn around and smile at him through the plate glass window and just wave at him.
He starts picking up pebbles and throwing them at the window. But we'll go to Jessica. You see this old woman just lying on the floor. Her leg is bent in an awkward angle. It shows you her leg is just broken. There's like her skin is pierced and you can see the bone sticking out.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Are you alright down there?
No, I'm not alright.
It appears your leg has broken.
I can't see it. Is it okay?
No.
Oh.
It appears your bone is sticking out. Just stay.
She starts like gagging and vomiting.
Just stay still, and I start drawing a picture of her.
Oh, okay. all this is happening, and Cleet, you're going to try and find Mr. Strikes. He went upstairs to the offices after opening up the door, and you try and find him up there.
Okay. I'm going to spend a quick minute trying to look for. I'm not going to be too thorough because I can already hear the commotion downstairs. So after taking a quick look for him, I'm going to head back downstairs and try it.
Sure, he's not immediately on hand. He's talking to an accountant upstairs, and he just sort of waves you off, hand waves you off, and says, "I'll be down in a minute. It's fine."
I see if I can hear part of this conversation, or at least get a gist of what he's saying.
Sure, absolutely. You can give me a listen roll. Okay. You hear over here that he's looking to transfer large sums of money between bank accounts. What it's about, you're not too sure.
That's very strange. Okay, well, I'm going to immediately go back downstairs, and on my way down to the front area to remedy the situation with the old woman, I'm going to look out the windows one more time to see if I can still see any hearse that's waiting.
Okay. You can definitely do that. Give me a spot hidden. And while he's doing that, Stanley, what are you doing?
As I'm looking out the door anyway, looking at Mr. Garrett getting wet, while I'm there, I'm gonna have a quick scan around and just sort of look out into the street, see if I can see Wilbur, see if there's any obvious hearses around, and then basically just go back and help the old lady if I can.
Sure, definitely. You can also give a spot hidden. You can probably see Wilbur from the door. He is asleep in his car, but apart from that, you don't see anything else. Cleet, you spot a dark vehicle sort of further along the street, which I think might be a hearse, but you're not quite sure from this angle.
I shout out to the I shout out inside. It's like, "Don't worry, madam. I'll go and get medical authorities. See if I can help you out. It'll be all right. Can someone please see to her, make sure that she's all right?
I'll
Take her aside."
walk out of the teller's desk and see if I can help her.
So Jeffy, you come around the desk, and old Stanley and Stanley Ace is there as well. And what you're saying to her, she sort of scrambles at your sort of long skirt, and she tries to grab you.
Don't touch me! I gotta kick her away from me, and I go back to her leg, and I see if I can wrap it up or something.
Okay, give me a first aid roll to try and help her. Oh, okay. Sort of thrashes around, and her legs just limply hangs off the edge, just held on by the flesh. She sort of tries to kick out with it.
I cross my arms and say, "How am I supposed to help you if you keep moving around like that, you old bag?"
You hurt me so bad.
Whatever.
Okay, Stanley, what are you doing as you see Jessica trying to help? Are you going to intervene here?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's not how you do it. This is how you do it. Try a first aid roll.
Okay. Excellent,
This poor old
I
lady.
got this.
At this point, the old woman's trying to crawl away from the pair of you, screaming her head off. She's like,
They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me.
I'm gonna call on Stanley and say, "Stanley, come on, sort it out. Yeah, help this old lady. We're trying to best here."
Yes.
Should I go to the phone in the bank and call 911?
you can. It'd be the operator you
Yeah,
call.
I'll call the
Yes, you
operator.
definitely can. Okay, so you go for calling the operator, and yes, old Stanley. You can give me a psychology check as old Stanley sort of stares at her. Anyone who wishes to. Cleo, I'm saying you're back on the floor, so you can give me a psychology check too. Alright, cool. Cleet, you think Stanley is not dealing well with the sight of this injury. He's just standing there staring at it.
Yes, sir. Not a problem, sir.
Okay, I look up at Stanley. I mean, our Stanley. Muscle Man Stanley, and I look. It's like, hey. I whisper to him, "Go outside, look and see if you see a hearse. I think I saw one pulling up near the alley." And then I look down at the horrid woman who is suffering so badly, and I try my best to calm her, telling her, "Madam, please, if you If you would just be still, I can try my best to help you as much as I can.
As long as you make them stop coming after me.
I'll get them. They won't bother you anymore, I promise. And I look at them like, don't do that.
As everyone's creeping after like serial killers.
Sure.
I'm
so...
I'm gonna head outside as Cleet's asked.
Sure, no problem. Okay, Cleet, do you want to give me a first aid roll?
Yes. Okay. Come on, baby. 50% chance. We got this.
Yay. Oh wait, that's psychology. Yay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you somehow managed to put the bone back in place, and she screams as you sort of try and match it back up best you can, and then you put some splints on and wrap it, and you haul her off to the sort of couch over here, just to let her wait, and we'll go to Jessica on the phone with the operator. What are you going to say to the operator?
Operator, there's been an injury at the bank on Miller Street.
Yes. Can I help you?
I need an ambulance.
Ambulance. Let me connect you to the hospital. 1 second, please.
And she sort of unplugs you and plugs you in, and you get this sort of gruff voice on the phone. Hello, how can I help?
I need an ambulance.
Well, this is a hospital. You're in luck.
Amazing. Please send an ambulance.
Where? I need to know
The
where,
bank on
miss.
Miller Street.
Okay, not a problem. I'll have that to you within 20 minutes.
Great. Thank you. Goodbye.
There it is. There it is. Thank you. Not a problem.
Goodbye.
No one says thank you
Have
today.
a nice day.
And he sort of hangs up on you, Ridley.
Okay, I put the phone down and I announce the ambulance is coming in 20 minutes. And then I write in my book, the amazing female detective called the ambulance, saving the day.
Okay, let's go to Stanley. Stanley, before you're going to head outside. Before you do, some more customers sort of come in and they sort of barge past you. A woman in her sort of mid-40s has a child with her, and they sort of trudge past you and join the line. The boy is wearing like a school uniform sort of thing. He looks fairly sort of bored, sort of not really looking around. He's just staring. And they sort of stand there waiting to be served. Behind them, a gentleman, a large sort of builder type. He's got a fairly big sort of pot belly on him. He sort of like just looks at you and gives you a nod, morning, as he sort of comes in the door and he stands behind them as well.
As I'm passing, I'll say, welcome to the bank. Hope everything goes well. And as I'm leaving, I'm just going to have a quick look outside, and I'm basically looking for this dark car stroke hearse.
Sure. Give me a spot hidden, please. As you move it. So actually, give me one with advantage because you're properly outside. You're okay, so you passed anyway. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. You definitely see a large vehicle which describes or looks like a hearse down the street. Second. This is what you see. A fairly ostentatious-looking vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
The curtains are drawn and you can't see inside, but it's definitely parked further down, like a block, almost like a block past. So you couldn't see it from inside the building, but definitely from outside you can see it. It's parked up, ready to sort of move out. What it looks like. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone actually in the driver's seat in the front?
You can't see it. It's the rear's facing you.
Okay. I'm gonna go back into the bank.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Mr. Cleet, who's obviously with the old lady, I assume still, and just kind of whisper over to him. Looks like the hearse outside, about a block away.
All right. Did you get a look at what its plates are? Like, does it have any license plates on it?
Oh, god damn, no, I didn't notice that at all. Do you want me to go and have another look?
No, that's okay. I can handle that. For now, if you can do your best to handle this situation with Mr. Garrett, see if you can de-escalate that as best you can. I'll see if I can have a look-see at our hearse outside, see if I can at least get the plates.
Good dog.
Yeah, Mr. Garrett's still throwing stones against the windows and shouting outside.
Okay, so I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna talk to Stanley, the security guard, and just basically say to him, do you know these two customers? Are they regulars or are they newbies?
No, I don't know them at all. Not seen them. No. Do I? No, I definitely do not know them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm just gonna walk up to them and just say good morning again, and just ask them if there's anything I can do to help them while they're here. I'll go up to the woman first of all, and just say, is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything of which I can expedite your transaction here? If I could talk to the tellers.
She completely ignores you.
Ma'am?
Doesn't blink.
Is the child sort of playing up or just standing there silent as well?
He's like standing next to her. She's sort of like he just like he says like his hands in his pockets sort of thing. He looks more bored than anything else, but he's not moving much at all.
To the child, say, hey kid, what's wrong with your mum?
Give me a social roll, any social roll you want. A charm for that, or persuade if you want. Talk to the child. The child turns and looks at you and doesn't say much at all or anything. He just stares. And the mother moves up to the teller to where Jessica. Are you back behind the teller?
I am.
It looks like Madeline's moved over to the desk with the young man to open an account, and the woman just stares at you.
Hello.
She hands you this. So it says, "Keep calm, put the money in the bag, and no one will get hurt."
I look down at the paper, then I look up at Stanley and I yell, "Security!"
Shit. Oh boy.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so what do you do, Stanley, as Jessica screams for security once more?
I'm going to...
I slam the paper against the glass and show it to him.
Give me a strength roll.
Okay.
Okay, you fail to break the glass even though it's got a crack in it. You slam the paper up against the glass, you hear it crack some more, and some more spidery sort of cracks appear.
When this happened, the builder guy, does he look as surprised as me?
He looks a bit flustered and he takes a step back. He looks like he might run.
I'm going to dive at the woman and try and grab her before she can move her arms or anything like that.
Alright, can I get a brawl roll for me, please?
Wow.
Oh, no. You restrain her, yeah?
What's the child doing? I'm keeping an eye on the child.
The woman sort of lashes out a little bit, but she doesn't make much of a fuss as you tackle the woman and pull her down to the ground. She sort of like seems to gargle something unintelligible, and the child's just standing there.
I'm going to scream at Stanley to get some handcuffs or some rope or something so we can tie her hands. Quick, hurry man, hurry.
Yeah, not a problem, sir. I'll do that. Not a problem, sir. And he sort of like moves across to the desk and pushes Madeline aside and goes rooting through the sort of the drawers and pulls out a set of handcuffs. I've got them, sir. Let's go. He sort of comes back and tries to cuff the woman. The woman sort of snarls at you, Stanley, and this starts to try to claw at you. She's not too happy. She doesn't want to be tackled.
Can I look at the little boy and ask him, "Is this your mother?"
The little boy approaches you, looks at Jessica, and hands her this note. This note says, "Put the money in the bag, or I'll pull the pin."
I look at the little boy and I say, "Show me."
The little boy doesn't move. What are you doing, Cleet?
So let's see. I walk outside and I see the hearse. Do I hear any of the commotion going on inside? Because I've already walked towards it, but I'm not making a point to walk towards it directly. I'm trying to look like I'm just clandestine, I'm just walking down the street nonchalantly, like I'm, I don't know, going to the store that just so happens to be next to the place and get a bite to eat or something.
Not a problem. You can give me a listen roll to see if you've got the commotion in the back, and you can give me a stealth roll to see if you can look, non-threatening. Alright, so yep, you can walk down the sort of street, not a problem. And you do hear some sort of commotion inside. You hear Stanley being called for, and a large crash as Stanley bowls the woman over.
Okay, is there a call box nearby?
There was a... Yeah, I'm going to say it probably is.
If it's very close by, I'm going to open one up. Hopefully, if I can, it won't be in full view of whoever... Oh, wait, no, the car is facing the other way, so it wouldn't be anyway. No, it could be.
Yep.
So, if I can, I'm just going to open up the call box, make a quick dial, like, can you... with the call lady that's on the switchboard, it sounds like, can you connect me with the police, and then basically tell them something's going on at the bank in the corner of Havelock and Miller. And
he sort of goes, "Oh, sir, the unions have a bit of a problem with all the banks being extra police presence and all that, but we'll try and get someone there about 40 minutes. Is that all right?"
It may not be enough. There may be a robbery taking place right now.
Oh, I could maybe do you half an hour. Oh, I don't know. Right, we'll try half an hour. Try and keep them there and don't do anything silly, like provoke them.
Understood. Thank you. And then I hang up and close the call box.
And back inside, Stanley, you're going to get mauled by the woman.
I've still got her restrained, right?
You do. So she's going to try and bite you. Okay, she bites you. She digs her teeth into your sort of lats. And just drags her teeth along it, pulling a massive chunk of flesh off. Unless you can either dodge away or you can brawl back to see if you can beat her. You need a critical to beat her, because if you're brawling back, you have to beat her. If you're dodging, you just need an extreme.
I'll try a dodge. Why not?
All right, she does 6 damage to you. She rips a massive strip of flesh off you and peels it down your arm. Just holds it in her mouth as she sort of staggers to her feet, and you sort of like move backwards, terror, as this woman's just chomped a bit of your flesh off. Jessica, you can give me a... Jessica and Stanley can give me sand rolls, because I've probably not seen someone chew a chunk of flesh off someone before. If you pass, it's 0. If you fail, it's 1. Okay. So Stanley, you're slightly upset about this, and you sort of like cry out in terror and stumble backwards.
That'll be good for my book.
I want to stare at this kid and see if there's... I want to get a read of him.
You can give me a psychology check or a spot hidden. Well, give me both. Why not? Psychology-wise, you can't read him at all. You try very difficult to You try hand in front of his face. He doesn't blink or doesn't move. He just stares right at you, or almost you think maybe through you, not actually focusing on you at all.
Okay. I get that bag of coins that the woman with the broken leg gave me, and I push it over to the other side to give it to him.
All right. He goes to take the bag, and he pulls it off the table, and he lifts it with no problem.
I scurrow my brow, and I kind of look him up and down, and I don't say anything.
Okay. The boy goes to leave.
Right.
What is Stanley doing?
Is the woman still on? Is the woman stood up now?
She's getting up as you back off her after having a piece of you pulled off, and she's just covered in blood all down her front. A lovely sort of blouse which used to be white is now stained or drenched bright red.
The kid's got the bag and he's going to the entrance, and she's standing up covered in my blood. I reckon I'm gonna... You said there was these barriers that had the rope in between them.
Yep.
Can I grab one of them and then smack her around the head with it?
Absolutely can. Yep. It'll do D4 damage for an improv weapon. But yeah, you can have a bit of range on you, and go for it. Give me a brawl roll as you grab one of the sort of queuing barrier stands and thump her with it. She's going to attack back. Oh, wrong button, but never mind. She's at 25, so it's missed. So yeah, you basically you smack her about the face, and you see her neck bend and snap, and her head sort of tilted as she sort of staggers backwards, and she.
Oh, I thought you broke her neck.
You have broke her neck.
Okay.
She sort of staggers backwards and she sort of sits down again, and then she starts getting back up. And you can both give me sand rolls. Okay, you both lose 1 again as you see the woman stand back up again.
Can I yell at the other security guard, the old man? Can I tell him to stop that little boy?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a persuade roll or a intimidate roll.
I was going to hit the boy with the thing I've got in my hand if I could.
How old is he?
He's about 12. What you're saying to Stanley to snap him out of his sort of almost shock.
Stanley, he's got the money.
Right, all right, he's got the money. No problem, sir. Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, sir. It would help if you smile though.
Shoot him!
He sort of pulls out his Luger and sort of like takes a
Oh my god, he's gonna do it!
sort of fighting stance, and he starts shooting at the boy. Now he was in the army, so he's got a pretty good handgun. He's at 55 for his handgun skill, and he's going to take 3 shots. So it's with disadvantage on each. So that's the first one. Okay, he hits. The second one he misses, and the third one he misses. So 1 hits, and he does. Okay, and Jessica, can you give me a luck roll?
Of course.
Okay. Taking the fighting stance, the firing stance, and Stanley sort of starts shooting at the young boy, who doesn't flinch, even if he's under fire. And the bullet that connects hits the boy in the sort of the flank, and an instant of joy sort of strikes you, Jessica, as the boy starts to stumble and go down, and then he explodes. A massive eruption sort of fills the front lobby, and because he's carrying a bag of coins, he is now basically a walking mine, and all the coins go flying like shrapnel through the room.
Oops.
So, outside Cleet, you just see the front window blow out, and all these coins flying out everywhere. You just see the windows blow out, and all the sort of the bystanders get hit with all the shrapnel and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's very loud as you sort of like look back over your shoulder in shock. That's fine. Okay, inside, Stanley, Jessica, you're gonna have to give me dodge rolls as well. Stanley's in the middle of the field, so you're gonna have to give me a hard roll, Stanley.
Glutton for punishment there.
Okay.
Look, last time I shot at little boy, everything worked out.
Okay.
I was thinking of pushing
Alright,
it, but I won't.
You can if you wish, if you want to.
I mean,
What are you doing differently if you're pushing it?
Well,
if you want to push it, I don't want to. It's fine.
I was thinking of trying to actually dive behind one of the counters,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool.
get a bit of cover as well. Why not?
Sure, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
give me the
50-50.
reroll.
I failed it once. It's bound to work this time. Hey!
Oh shit! Right, Stanley dives through the broken glass of Jessica's window and throws himself on the floor with a perfect sort of forward roll, coming up with a sort of an athletic stance at the end. It's very dramatic, and Jessica, you just watch as this man dive through your window, and all the sort of shrapnel from the coin bag like pepper the windows and start to crack as some of them sort of go through like bullet holes, and you're like stuck in the side of your back, and you sort of reach around and pull out this coin, and it's a bloody foreign coin.
It's a Hungarian.
A Hungarian coin that's got its revenge on you.
I drop it in my purse and I start writing in my notebook.
I turn to Jessica and say, write that in your book. Now that's what heroes are made of.
I nod.
Stanley gets hit as well.
Give her a wink, of
Yeah,
course.
Stanley, okay.
And I'm going to roll the old woman as well.
Oh.
She falls backwards on the sofa and like uses it as a makeshift defense. And the sort of builder dude, he's hit. And he takes shrapnel on the side. Actually, he's probably close enough to take more than that, so he's going to take D6 instead. So he takes 5 damage, and he sort of staggers about and then falls to the floor, screaming, holding his side, as this young boy just exploded in the doorway.
What about the guy throwing pebbles?
He's still throwing pebbles, but now they're coming in. You just hear the sort of soft thud of pebbles come through the broken window. And so it's Mr. Garrick screaming in the background, "I want my mother's money!"
Did that wake up the guy sleeping in the car?
I'm going to say maybe, yes, absolutely. There's 2 people sitting here as well. I need to roll for them too. So the young man, he fails and takes 3 damage, and Madeline takes D4 as well. So she gets hit, she shrieks and goes under the desk with the young man.
And what about the lady with the broken neck?
She doesn't flinch at all. She doesn't dodge. She just takes damage, and she takes 5 damage. She is eviscerated. One of her arms is ripped off, and it flops to the ground, and then starts crawling towards Stanley.
Oh man!
Okay, outside.
I don't write nonfiction.
Outside with Cleet. Cleet, you watch this crazy explosion and all these sort of coins flying through the air, like taking out people right, left, and center on the street. And one cracks the window of Wilbur's car, and he sort of wakes up and goes. He sort of looks around and he sees you and waves.
I point to him and then very urgently pointing into the bank, kind of gesturing. He's like, "Get in there and handle business."
Okay, give me a persuade roll to see if he understands you.
Okay, where's my persuade here? Oh, no, that's not that good.
All right.
Just off by 1. That luck is being spent hard.
All right. He sort of gives you a knowing nod and gets out of the car and starts moving across the road. He looks confused at all the people on the floor bleeding out, and moves through the sort of devastation up into the actual the bank. He just goes, "What the hell is going on here?"
That little boy with a suicide bomber.
He just looks at you and goes, "What?"
I point at the little boy's exploded corpse.
There's just chunks of them everywhere and bits of child's clothes covering the front of the body.
And then I point at the arm. I point at the arm crawling.
Oh my god.
And I scream, "Shoot it! Shoot it!"
Well, he fails his psychology. His SAN roll. And he takes, he just goes, he stumbles back outside. Oh my god, what is that? That is terrible. And he starts. Okay, it's down to Cleet. Cleet, are you moving to the hearse then? Are you?
Okay, yeah, I'm sneaking to the hearse, not on tiptoes, obviously broad daylight, sneak, but basically trying to look like I'm just another passerby reacting to this stuff. And I try to, get a good look at the license plate on the back of the hearse, see if there's something there.
You actually see a name on the side of the hearse as well as you approach. It says Woolsey's Family Incorporated Funeral Home, and it is Boston plates that are on the back.
Okay. I write that down, and also the name of the place as well. Actually, no, I'm just going to write that down later after I'm done with all this. So I'm trying to also sneakily get behind the hearse, hopefully without them seeing. I mean, there's a rear view mirror. I'm trying to stay out of line of sight of that. And trying to go beneath the hearse and puncture the tires.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Give me a stealth roll to get close to it. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you absolutely sneak up on it, and you're right underneath it. So you want to puncture the tires, you can.
Okay, I'm going to puncture all 4.
All right. Give me a spot hidden as you move around. There's curtains in the back you can't really see, but there's some slits you can see inside a little bit. Okay. You can see some shapes in there, but you're not sure what's in there as you go around puncturing all the tires, and you hear a little bit of movement inside. There's nobody in the driver's seat, and there's nobody in the side seat. But you've heard something in the back where the coffin would be put.
Okay. I put my ear up to it to see if I can listen into what's inside there.
Okay, give me a listen. Okay. You don't hear much. Again, just some mild shuffling or mumbling. It's very faint. Would you like to push the roll?
Oh boy, I'm not sure if I'm confident enough to push that. Hell with it. I'll push the roll.
Okay, no problem at all. Yeah, give me the roll.
Brave stuff.
Okay, you lean really hard against the glass, push right up against it, and you just you hear more commotion. And because the wheels are being punctured, getting put down, a weight inside the back of the hearse moves and shifts, and all of a sudden there's a heavy thud against the glass, and the glass cracks and pushes out. A gentleman in his finest sort of black suit with tie, he's probably maybe about 55, sort of rolls on top of you, and he sort of looks at you blankly, and then he'll try to attack you. Oh, he's falling out of the window.
Oh, okay. Older gentleman, is there anything else distinct about him besides his extremely empty stare?
There's a funny smell about him.
Oh boy, I think I know where this is going. Okay, I'm going to try and defend myself, and that's it.
Okay, so he is going to try and bite you.
I'm going to try and dodge that. Damn it.
Okay, well done. Okay, he grabs onto you and gnashes this sort of side of your palm of your hand, taking a chunk out of it, and then raking across your sort of chest with his claws as he comes at you, snarling. Behind him, 3 other people tumble out of the hearse as well. So we'll come back to you.
All right.
Okay, back inside. Jessica, you are watching this hand crawl toward the desk where Stanley went over, and it's sort of clambering, trying to get over the actual the in-between sort of counterpart. What would you like to do? The woman's just standing there trying to get back up with one arm.
Can I kick the hand away from us?
Sure, you can try. Yeah, give me a brawl roll to connect with it. It's a small target though, so you're gonna have to minus 1 on it.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm an old woman. I can't do that. Let me see. What's Stanley doing?
I don't know.
Security guard.
The Stanley, he's gonna shoot some more. He's now he's shooting indiscriminately at everyone.
Okay, I scream at Stanley to shoot the hand.
Okay, you'll need a hard persuade to shoot the hand.
Okay.
Oh, extreme! Holy shit! Oh, that's a psychology. 11 is that?
Oh, sorry. My psychology is 55.
What's your persuade though?
Oh, sorry. My persuade is 16.
All right, yeah, not a problem. So it's still a 16. That's fine. Yeah, he sort of looks around and goes, "Not a problem, ma'am. Under fire, under fire!" And he sort of like starts opening fire on the hand. And he sort of just, oh, okay. Okay, that's a fumble.
Old Luger.
And yeah, he shoots Jessica instead. Since you're in combat together. You take 4 damage to the sort of the sort of your chest area, I guess. You take 1 in the boob for the team.
My implant.
The bolt-ons. All right. So yeah, you sort of scream at Stanley, and Stanley just starts shooting indiscriminately through the crowd, shouting that you need to get into the trenches.
I hide under the desk. And I scream at other Stanley to do something.
Other Stanley, would you like to do something?
I'm gonna vault over the desk. I'm gonna grab the arm and I'm gonna throw it out. I'm gonna run with it out the window, out of the bank.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. You can give me a normal brawl roll to just grab the arm.
I think you should. I think you should use the arm to beat the woman.
That's what I was thinking of doing, but I don't want to go too near her. I want to get rid of the arm and then come back and take her on. I think.
Yeah. Okay. You could. Yeah. Throw it. That's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, you grab the arm and you have hold of it, and you. I mean,
I
you
smack
run
it as
and
I'm going
throw it.
along, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll give you 6 damage on it. Yeah, that's not.
And then
Uh,
in terms of getting rid of it on the gutters of the side street, is there like, do they have like the old holes where the rainwater used to go? Could I shove it down one of them?
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of the old storm drains. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
It's America.
Just get rid of this thing.
Yep, sure. You just throw it down into the gutter, and it's never seen again.
There's gonna be an arm crawling out of the sewers and come out of somebody's toilet one day.
Excellent.
As long as it's not my toilet, it's fine.
Yeah, you get rid of it, not a problem. And Mr. Garrett spots you and just starts throwing stones at you. Liar, give me my money! And he sort of throws a stone and misses.
I wish I'd hit him with the arm. I basically ignore him and run back in because I'm gonna have a look down the street and see what else is going on, because obviously Beat's been outside.
Sure, you can see. Okay, yeah, you can definitely see there's a commotion at the black van over there. You can give me a spot and see if you notice that it's Cleet that's involved in it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a fight going on. Yes, you spot Cleet and you recognise him.
I'm gonna shout and say, Jessica, get out of there, and then I'm gonna run towards Cleet.
Okay. So you head towards Cleet, and Jessica, you can give me a listen roll to see if you hear. You feel. So you hear a sort of mumble from Stanley outside as sort of other Stanley's shooting off bullets, and you just can't hear over the cacophony of like shots inside. And yeah, there's just too much pandemonium going on. And the woman rights herself and stands back up as well, and she sort of like staggers towards you, Jessica. Give me a spot hidden too.
Okay.
Alright, you see the young man that was opening an account. He opens this door and goes back behind this, sort of the teller's position. He sees you, ignores you, and walks towards the vault.
Can I? Who's the guy throwing stones?
Mr. Garrett.
Can I scream at Mr. Garrett? I want to tell him that the woman coming after me has his money.
Okay. You can make a fast chalk roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh shit, you made it, okay. Alright, Mr. Garrett just looks at you. My money? You have my money? He sort of staggers through one of the broken windows right into the lobby, ignoring all the blood and mayhem and the crying and misery. He stumbles across, he's like stands.
The woman has your money, Mr. Garrett.
He stands on everything.
She stole it.
Are you talking about the one-armed woman, yeah?
Yeah.
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 He looks at her and just goes, I want my money! And he starts running at her and he's like flailing around. He doesn't do too well and he misses, but let's see how the woman does against him. Here we go. Okay, the woman takes a chunk out of him and starts grabbing him and pulls him to the ground. He starts screaming, "Ah!" as he's pulled to the floor. Okay, so what is Cleet doing as you stagger back from this gentleman who's just fallen through the window of the hearse? These thin panes on an old hearse didn't seem to last too long. This gentleman's the first of 4 as they stagger towards you.
Oh man. Shoot. I don't know if even shooting these guys is gonna work. Because if they're what I think they are, guns aren't very effective. But my guy doesn't know that. Anyway, I'm going to I'm gonna run to do I see Stanley, or is it I have to check for that?
Yeah, he's a big guy. And I'm guessing he's probably quite flat-footed. He's running towards you. So yeah, I'm guessing you probably look down the street and see him.
I run up to him and I tell him, those damn bastards over there are attacking me. There's 4. I think I count 4 of them, and one of them just took a chunk out of my hand.
Okay, well, if they're anything like what was in the bank, we're gonna be struggling with just us two. Are the four actually walking up towards us up the road?
Yes, they're slow. Slower than the Cleet is, but they're definitely coming this way. They're focusing
Hey, Cleet,
on Cleet.
I've got a bit of a plan. Shall we? I was thinking, because obviously 2 against 4, not good odds, and we've only got an old lady in the bank, so I reckon maybe we should jump in Wilbur's car and just ram them down, if we can do that.
You know what? That's a crazy enough idea to work. Do you have the keys?
I'll be in the car, I'm sure of it.
All right. Well, hell with it.
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Alright, so you both run towards Wilbur's car. Wilbur's still cowering outside of the main entrance, so he's sort of hiding from all the bullets, looking around the corner and shouting at Stanley, the security guard. You run to the car and you hop in. Give me a luck roll, please, Stanley, for your bright idea that the keys must be in the vehicle.
Oh man.
Alright, the keys are not in the vehicle. But you can try and hotwire it if you have a mechanical repair or a electrical repair.
Is the car near near the entrance? Could we scream at Wilbur to give us the keys?
Sure. I mean, I was going to say there's probably not keys in this era. I think it's probably just a button still. So you might be able to start the car without that. So let's just say you can start the car. I think keys only come in 1950. So let's see. All right, okay. So you start the car.
I'm basically gonna rev it up, and then if these 4 guys are walking up the street towards us, or these 4 things, because I know they're not humans, the way they're behaving, then I am gonna basically drive at them as fast as I can and hit them.
Sure. Can I get a drive roll from you, please, just to see how well you manage to get all 4 of them? Even if you fail, you'll probably hit 1. All right. Do you wish to push the roll?
I do. Yeah. I'm gonna, as I'm driving up to them, if they're kind of if you imagine if they're kind of in a line walking up the road, I'm gonna try and do a handbrake, some sort of turn, so that I can actually sweep into all 4 of them.
Oh man,
nice.
Fast and the Furious here.
Oh man!
Damn it!
Oh right, so that's a push roll fail, and you sort of you start revving the engine and you start moving forward, and then you just let off the sort of brake and screech forward towards these 4 individuals, and you do nail one completely. You take them by the shins and the knees and like throw them into the building and absolutely pin them there. But you're not wearing your belts, and you both are thrown forward through the window. You don't. Well, first of all, give me a Constitution roll to see if you actually go through the windows and hurt yourself. Cleet's fine.
I made mine.
Okay. Yep. You stand fine as well. Yeah. Okay. So you're lucky. You just banged around and you both take 1 damage as you sort of like knocked around the car. You slam into this one sort of gentleman. You take the 55-year-old in the lovely black suit down at the knees. And he starts crawling over the bonnet, and his legs pull off, and are just stuck there under the car. The other 3 are close by. And we'll head back inside to Jessica. Jessica, you have Stanley, the security guard, shooting randomly. You have Garrett, who's being mauled by this woman. And you have a mystery man who's just moved into the vault past you, ignoring you. What would you like to do?
Where's that sultry woman who came in? What's she doing? Not the one that I've been fighting with, the other one.
Yeah, Madeline's over here under the table. Donna's in this room.
Okay. They're hiding?
Donna's hiding here, and yeah, Madeline's under this desk hiding. Okay.
And Stanley, is he just shooting randomly?
He is shooting randomly. Yep, he's shooting randomly.
Okay. So the woman with 1 arm is preoccupied right now, right?
She's absolutely enjoying her dinner.
So, what role would I need if I wanted to like put a bag on, like to blind, like put a paper bag or something over the mystery man's head?
Oh, the guy who's moving around the corner. It'd probably be a stealth roll to approach him for a surprise attack, and then it would be a brawl roll to actually hit him.
Okay. I'm not gonna do that then. I guess I'm gonna order Stanley to shoot the mystery man, this time hiding under the desk. So
All right,
he can hit me.
let's see if you can command Stanley once more. Give me another faster. Well, what are you saying first of all? What are you doing to make him target this man?
Stanley! He's stealing the money!
Oh, that's a persuade roll.
At the vault!
He's fairly well going at this spot, so you'll need a hard roll to get his attention now. He's okay. He looks at you and he looks confused, and he just starts shooting at you.
I'm under the desk.
Well, at your general direction. Let's see how it goes. I'll give you 4 armor for the desk.
Thanks.
Pleasure. Okay, that's a hard success. It sort of hits the sort of desk, a clunk. You take 4 damage.
Oh my god, he's killing me.
Yes, you start going down and it's like a streak of blood. He starts screaming.
I'm a very healthy old woman though.
Are you?
I have a lot of health, yeah.
For lunch, excellent. Okay, so you get shot at for your troubles as Stanley starts moving towards cover. Stanley's moving here with the old woman. He sort of pushes her down and throws himself behind the couch, shouting about Jerry's.
Yeah.
All right, is there a way out? Yeah, you can just run outside.
The crowd.
So
Okay. There's no broken windows closer that I can that I can leap out of.
yeah, these are the broken windows. These ones here.
Okay. Yeah, the door looks like it's closer, so I'll just make a sprint for the door.
Okay, give me a dex roll to run for the door. Actually, you're out of there. You just fucking leave. And all the carnage, the wails and screams of terror and death are behind you, and reduced it to the distance.
Is the ambulance here yet?
Yes, the ambulance is just turned up. However, it stopped over here
Can I wave them?
because of the gunfire.
Okay, I want to go down there and get my wounds treated.
Oh jeez. Okay. You head down that way. Let's go back to Cleats. Cleats, you get knocked about in the actual car, and you sort of come to and you see this this man crawling towards you with no legs up the sort of bonnet of the car or the hood of the car, and he starts hammering on the glass.
Okay, we need to try something else. I'm gonna... Oh, he's hammering on the glass? Okay, well, I'm going to,
If I can reverse the car, right?
Yeah, we're still in the car. I'm gonna take out
Yeah.
my pistol and friggin' shoot that thing right in the face. And it's like right up against the glass, so it should be pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't miss. Just give me a damage roll from your pistol as you place it against the glass. He doesn't flinch away at all, and he just sort of starts mouthing the glass as well. Okay, so you do 8 damage to him, and you see you blow a massive hole in his head, and he slides down off the hood and off the side. You can't see him anymore.
I get the hell out of that hearse, and out of that car, and I full-on sprint back towards the hearse.
Okay. There's 3 people that side of the car that you'll have to push past to get out, and 3 of them because they're moving up to the car.
Okay, they're moving back. Got it.
So if you want to push past them, it's just a dex roll to get
Actually,
through them.
instead, I'm going to get their attention, wave them away.
Okay. How are you getting their attention?
Part of me wants to just shoot them. That'll get their attention.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
They're obviously not paying attention, so I'm gonna get up. Okay, not right up in the face. I mean, I want out of melee range. No, I'm not gonna shoot them in the back. Instead, I'm just going to yell and shout at them. And just yell and shout at them to get their attention.
Okay. You can give me just give me a luck roll to see if you can actually get their attention. Oh yes, they turn and they look at you and start going for you as they sort of shamble towards you. Stanley, You see Cleats jump out of the car after shooting one in the head, and he starts waving his arms, shouting, and grabbing their attention. You are free to act. What would you like to do? And as you do, you can give me a luck roll as well. Okay. You can hear sirens in the distance.
I don't want to get into hand-to-hand combat with these things, and I've got nothing else really. Is there anything? Is there any guns in the car? Will we keep a gun in the car in the glove box or something like that?
I'm going to say yes. With the sort of luck roll, just carry that across. You can open up the glove box and find a small revolver. Just a small revolver that does D10 damage. That'll be fine.
Fine. Okay, so I'm going to grab that. I'm going to leave on my side of the car, so the car's between me and the basically shoot one of them, because I think they're walking towards Cleat, but I'm going to shoot the one that's furthest away from Cleat, so I'm not going to get Cleat.
Sure, sounds good. Give me a shot. Okay. You pop off at one and you just miss. It's not your forte, and you sort of curse and you sort of like pull the sort of hammer back to have another go. Okay, so we'll come. Is there anything else you want to do in the meantime? Well, actually, give me a spot hidden because you're at the car. All right. You see an old man, about 50, in a nice black suit, crawling the way around the car. He is missing most of his head. You can give me a sand roll for that as well. Okay, you can take D6 for that.
You rolling that or shall I?
You please, that's fine.
Oh man.
Okay, you fail. So can you give me an intelligence test, please? Okay, you failed, which is a good thing. You sort of look at the sort of the mess of this man's head as you see his brains just like spilling out and being dragged to the side of his head in the sort of rain and all the sort of streaking blood that's moving behind him. And you just think, okay, it's just going to be one of those days. It's fine. And yeah, okay. So we'll move to Cleat. You're sort of getting these three zombies are sort of coming down at you, so they're gonna come towards you. One is gonna try and lunge at you. Are you gonna like dodge backwards, or how far away are you from?
I'm trying to keep my distance from them. The idea is, I'm assuming they're coming from here, and the idea is to lure them this way, and then once they shamble furthest away from the hearse, I'm going to like sprint around the side and like kind of juke them around from this way, and then sprint back to the hearse, dodging their shambling forms as I go.
No, this is a good idea, but there's an ambulance on the street now as well.
Oh, okay.
So you need to okay, yeah, just give me an intelligence roll to see if you can lead them around without interfering with anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem. So you can do, well, describe exactly what you're doing.
Well, there's an ambulance right here, and the street is right here. I don't know if there's a lot of traffic going around right now. I'm assuming no, because there's like gunshots and all kinds of crazy stuff happening right now. So
the only cars have stopped and either reversed off the street or they're cowering off the side of the road.
Okay, I'm going to actually, I'm going to see if I can like lead whatever these things are like shambling this way, and then when they get not close enough to get to me, but close enough so that I'm not too like they haven't lost me, I'm gonna sprint this way, cut through the alley, and then like head back towards the hearse this way.
Okay, that sounds good. They will follow you for all of that. I want a dex roll to stay ahead of them, or they're going to attack you.
My dex is terrible. Damn it.
Whoops. One hits you, and it hits you for a hard success with an 11. So I'm going to need a dodge roll from you. It's going to have to be hard or better.
Oh boy.
Okay. So that's a fumble. So I'm going to say one grabs you by the sort of arm as you try to round the corner, and it sort of like grabs you, raking down your arm, and this is just for the damage. He does 3 damage to you as he pulls you down, and with the fumble, another one just sort of, you hear one sort of leering at you, hissing, and it just grabs you by the shoulder and bites in hard. So this is just straight damage for the other bite. Another 3 damage.
Is this happening in front of the ambulance?
Yes, you're screaming. You're screaming, Clayton. You see Jessica round the corner, running towards this ambulance. The ambulance crew are now terrified as this man is being mauled by 2 shambling, sort of sickly-looking men. And
make some notes.
All right. Well, I'm at 0 now.
oh, are you? You're down. I need a con roll from you, please.
Okay.
Don't worry, the ambulance is right here.
Okay, you're still awake, and as you're slowly being digested, piece by piece, eaten alive. And I would like a sand roll from you as you're devoured.
All right.
Okay, can I get a D4 from you, please? Alright, apparently this has happened to you before and you're not too bothered at all. It's not the best day, but you're okay, it's fine. Okay.
Can I climb inside of the ambulance and scream at them to run down those people eating them?
You can, yes, you can...
I'm gonna freaking
you can try. You jump into the ambulance, Jessica, and the 2 ambulance crew are just in the back. They're not moving. They're paralysed with fear. What are you doing to make them move? Or you can just grab the steering wheel?
Point. I point at the so is he like on the ground getting eaten or like?
Yes.
What?
Yes, he is.
Okay. What do these 2 ambulance operators look like? Are they like young and strapping?
Yes, one is quite sort of tall, tanned, and dark-haired. He sort of like strikes a sort of nice square jaw as well.
And how many people are chasing Cleet? 3?
There was 3 chasing Cleet. There's 2 eating him, and 1's just catching up.
I want to point at that scene and scream at the ambulance operators to save him.
Okay. You can give me a persuade roll, but it's going to have to be hard again because they're paralyzed with fear. Alright. For some reason, the strapping young gentleman stands up and he just nods at Jessica, a lady in distress, and goes, "I'll do it. Not a problem. Not a problem." He sort of pushes Jessica roughly aside, which she quite enjoys, and he jumps into the sort of driver's seat, revs the engine, and moves the ambulance back, and then puts on the heavy gas, and off he goes, racing towards Cleet and the 2 men. Cleet, can I get a luck roll from you to see what happens?
Okay. I sense that.
Hey!
Oh, wow. Cleet, you're because you're prone and you're in the middle of this. The large ambulance goes straight across you, and you go straight under the actual ambulance, and it just like takes both of these zombies off you and crashes into the wall, smearing them to paste. Hands and a few fingers start to crawl away. A twitching foot tries to get you, but nothing is in range. You are alive, barely breathing raspidly.
I do first aid on myself.
Okay, give me a first aid roll as you sort of try to staunch the bleeding.
God.
Oh, do you wish to push it?
I mean, I might as well, because if I don't, I'm gonna die anyway. So
Well, I was gonna jump out of the ambulance and like drag you in so they can help you.
oh, that's right. There is an ambulance and a trained professional. So I'm just going to see that I'm not really helping myself. I'm just going to stop.
Okay, you find out you don't have as many fingers as you once had, and you just slow down and stop as you sit under the ambulance, and it sort of starts. The engine starts going off, and people start getting out, looking to that. What happens? Stanley, what are you doing?
Okay, so I've got Wilbur's gun. I'm gonna.
Yep.
So the ambulance is. I can see Jessica's going to be taking Cleet into the ambulance, and he's going to get help. So I'm going to run down, and I can hear the police are on their way. So I'm going to run down to the hearse.
Excellent. Okay.
My
So
gun.
you ignore the man crawling towards you with no head, and you run past the one which was missed by the ambulance, and you round the corner. You round the sort of corner of the ambulance to see the hearse, and you see this young, pale, thin gentleman just staring at it in disgust, holding out a bag. He sort of looks around and starts running.
Do I recognize
yes, you
him
do.
from the bank?
It was the man who was sitting at the desk.
I'm going to shout at him and tell him to stop and point the gun at him. And the police are on the way. They know who you are. Stop immediately and run off.
Okay, sure, absolutely. So you start sprinting after him. He looks over his shoulder, almost trips and falls. A few sort of banknotes fall out of his bag, and he continues along the road. Give me a dex roll to try and catch him. He's got a dex of 40.
I'm going to fire a shot in the air to sort of.
So give me an
make my
intimidation
point.
roll and a dex roll as you run after him, shooting in the air.
It's a dex roll.
Okay.
Intimidation roll.
Okay. He's a fast sprinter apparently, and he takes off with quite some speed and stays in front of you. You spend the 2 luck on the intimidation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I will spend 2 luck on the intimidation.
Oh right,
to try and get him to
fair
stop.
enough. He does move a lot faster in front of you, but you can give me a luck roll to see if he trips with the intimidate as he sort of looks over his shoulder. Ooh, he keeps his feet. He sort of like gives you a sort of like a smirk as he sort of like runs down the road. We're in a chase now, so what's your move rate? 8.
8.
Okay, so you have another 2 actions because he's not got 8. He has 5. So you have another 2. Well, you intimidated and you ran after him. So I'm going to say you've got 1 more action left past his run. So what would you like to do with that 1 action? You can run again to try and catch him again, or you can do something else.
I'm going to run at him, but as I'm running, I'm going to be shouting to people to stop that man. He's a bank robber and a murderer. So I'm going to try and get someone to stick their leg out or something like that. But while chasing
you can be a persuade roll to see if there's a have a go hero in the crowd. Yeah, okay. No one seems to want to get involved in this crazy man shouting and shooting guns into the air as you run down the street. Most people sort of like just shout at you, going "Psycho!" as you run past, and they look like they're rooting for the young man instead. Jessica, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to grab Cleet
Okay.
and
Get a strength roll to drag him out from underneath the van. Not a pro. Oh wow, Jessica, you're a strong woman. Even in your state of half death, you pull out Cleet, and you both sort of sit there in the back of the ambulance, covered in your own blood, missing some fingers.
Can I close the back of the ambulance? Just in case of any.
Sure, there's one guy there, so definitely. Yeah, you can give me a first aid roll on Cleet, or you can wait for the ambulance to go to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I guess it won't hurt trying.
Okay, this will
Yeah,
count as if you fail it, it will give us a fumble because you tried as well. So You tried. It's fine.
No, I'm not doing it again.
I'm joking.
I kind of like put some bandages on top of his broken fingers and say,
All right.
"That'll do for
So
now."
they have 60 for the first aid. There you go. Cleet, you're stabilized with one wound left. And Jessica, one's going to try and the handsome one with the square jaw is going to attempt to like pull your wounds back together and sort you out as well. And he fails. He's too enamored with you. He's sort of like fumbling and he doesn't remember his words properly. And he's like, "Oh, damn, I'm screwing this up."
Oh, sweetheart.
You want him to push the
Just
roll?
let your colleague do it.
Alright, he sort of gets
Yeah,
back in
sure,
the
go
rhythm
ahead.
and he pushes the roll. Yep, not a problem. He gets back to work as a professional does, and he starts sort of sewing up your wounds. Not a problem. You get one hit point back as well. As you hear the sirens come around the corner. The police are here. The police pile out of the police cars and go straight into the bank. There is more shooting from inside as Stanley takes on the newcomers.
Oh, it's Stanley.
Indeed.
Back in the trenches.
Cleet, what would you do?
Okay, as I manage to, I guess, sit up, I go, "What's going on? Where is everybody?"
They're not dying. They're not dying. Stanley's shooting the policeman.
What about the money that they're taking? Where is that?
I don't know. That doesn't matter anymore. A woman's arm crawled towards me. I was shot
Dang.
twice by some old man.
Damn, well, I don't know how much.
Get out there and kill Stanley.
Well, damn it, I can't exactly do much. I am nearly dead right now, and I'm missing some fingers.
You're alive, aren't you?
Yeah, so are you, lady.
Why can't you listen to me like everybody else does?
Yeah, well, hold on a second. I put my ear up to see if there's anybody, like, directly outside or trying to get inside. I'm afraid one of those things is trying to bust in here into the...
Give me a lesson roll. You can, if you wish.
Can I listen to?
Okay, Jessica, you strain your ears, but you're not listening hard enough, or you don't have your ear against the back of the door. Cleet does, however, and he does hear something scraping at the locks and the door handles.
And I say, okay, ma'am, we are not going out that way. Pretty sure something is about to take more chunks out of us, whatever those things are.
You have a gun, don't you?
Well, I've seen what a gun does to that. I shot one straight through the face, through the head, and it's still crawling at us. We're not facing humans here.
Is the ambulance?
Yeah, you've crashed it into a building, it's not moving.
Well, there's only one way out.
Don't go through that hatch, damn it. If she does, I'm gonna stop her.
It's gonna get in here like... There is no hatch, there's only one way out. The door, we can't
two
get
side
out
doors
the
as
other
well.
way.
Yeah, the ambulance door.
You can go out the driver door or the side door. Okay,
Well,
so you're staying inside.
I'm not going anywhere. I want to snap my fingers at one of the ambulance people and tell them to give me morphine.
You're probably get given morphine as standard. You're pretty banged up, and yeah, they probably inject you unless you wish to deny them that. You can definitely say no to it if you want to.
Well, I was asking to do like a medicine roll on me.
Let's see. They've got 30 for medicine. Nope.
Well, they can try at least. Okay.
So
That's fine.
Stanley, Cleet, do you want to like stop them giving you morphine?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so you take the morphine as well. Okay. He does well with you. You're feeling better as you're you're feeling a lot more sort of relaxed and the pain sort of slips away. Jessica, pain's all there, baby. and we're going to go off to Stanley as you chase.
I can take it.
You chase the man down the street. He's going to basically just run. So Stanley, you get 3 actions. There's 1. What is your dex?
Dex is 65.
Okay, you can actually give me a con roll. If you get a success, you go up to 9 movement.
A con roll, yeah?
Yep. Okay, no. That's fine. So you're still at 8 movements, so you still have 3 actions. What would you like to do for them 3 actions?
Basically, I want to try and catch up with him. I don't want to brawl with him. I mean, I'll do is I'll want to actually try and catch him and hit him over the head with the gun. I'm actually no good with firing a gun. I want to hit him with it.
Fair enough. What is your dex? See who goes first. He has 40.
I'm 65.
Okay, so you go first with your 3 actions. So, dex roll to catch up with him, and then you have 2 free actions to do what you like.
I basically just what I'm going to try and do I'm going to dive at him to sort of rugby tackle him to the ground and then hit him basically while he's on the floor.
Sure. Give me the brawl. Okay. You miss, and he's going to brawl back. He is it's 25, I think. 25, yeah. He fails. You just go down a sort of a whole massive sort of tangle of limbs, and the bag of money is thrown out, and money goes everywhere. And yeah, you have 1 more action to do.
I'm going to hit him again.
Okay, give me the roll. And you both miss it again, and now it's his action. He sort of sneers at you and hisses and says, "Get off me!" And he's going to try and hit you, just a small sort of weak punch to the face. He misses. You can brawl back, or you can dodge.
I'm going to brawl back.
Okay. There you go. Oh, you do 8 damage. Okay. Do you want to describe how you kill him?
Well, I'm going to. Is that enough to take him out?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've pistol whipped him over the head with the gun. I haven't shot him, but it's obviously smacked into his head, and it must have done him in. I guess it must have cracked his skull.
Not knowing your own strength, brawling with the young man on the ground, you crack him with the sort of butt of the gun, pistol whipping him, and his head hits off the concrete. And you just notice that there's a sort of limpness to him as you stand. The entire crowd just stare at you. You're a murderer. And they start screaming, and some of them run. Other ones come towards you, trying to apprehend you, calling you a killer and a murderer. What are you going to do?
I'm going to... Is the bag of money nearby?
It is.
I'm going to grab it and throw it in the air so all the money goes up in the air, and try and sort of use that as a way to distract them so I can actually get away from the crowd.
Ooh, good tactic. Give me a luck roll to see if that works. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, everyone sees the money and just goes nuts for it, and you're a long forgotten sort of part of this situation as they trample across the young man to get to all these sort of fresh notes, and you slip off to the side street. Okay, we're going to go back to Jessica and Cleet. Cleet, what? Sorry, Jessica. Let's start with Jessica. Jessica, what are you doing?
I'm kind of having small talk with this handsome first aid operator. But I guess I'll put my ear up against the wall again and see if there's still scratching out there.
Yes, you do, and there is still scratching out there. Definitely one person. Might even be someone underneath.
The police.
There's more shots happening in the actual bank. You can give me a luck roll to see what's happening with that. Since it's your go. Alright, it looks like the police have finally apprehended Stanley, and there are a few police officers that are moving outside. They look like some of them are wounded. You can see through the sort of front window that some of the officers are being carried out. But it looks like they have Stanley in handcuffs.
Can I bang on the window and try to get their attention?
Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
Okay. One of them comes across and raps in the window to roll it down, gives you the little roll it down hand signal.
Okay, I roll it down and I say, I think there's something underneath the car.
He sort of looks at you in front and goes, yes ma'am, and he sort of crouches to look down underneath it. The man underneath misses, and the police officer sort of reels backwards and pulls out his gun and puts a bullet squarely in the thing's torso, and it starts to stop moving. It starts crawling about in random directions, and the other policemen start joining in. Go on.
Did I see other Stanleys chase that guy?
No, I'm going to say no. Cleet, what are you doing as the police open fire on the ambulance itself?
Oh, God.
They're shooting the ambulance?
Yeah, they're shooting at the thing underneath, and they're not very good shots. So.
Dear God, I'm just gonna.
Okay. They're not trying to kill us.
I'm gonna try and lay as low inside the ambulance as I can, and also shouting, "Damn it, hold your fire!"
Okay. So you can give me what would be intelligence roll to try and get to the most secure place in the actual ambulance. I'll give you a bonus because of your background. So yeah, you can reroll. Okay, no good place to go, and you just sort of throw yourself to the ground in all the sort of carnage of the ambulance that's been turned upside down from the crash, and just hope for the best. Jessica, you also have to, well...
Can I just leave the ambulance?
You can try. You give me a dex roll to get out.
Good.
Okay.
I'll spend that luck.
Okay, fair enough. You try the back door again and again, and then eventually it opens, and you push some heavy body away from it as you walk outside.
Can I take my new boy toy with me?
I'm gonna say you need a persuade roll for that one.
Okay. Persuade.
Okay, he comes to go, and I want luck rolls from both of you as these 4 policemen just open fire on the side of the van.
I got 21 twice. Well, Cleet rolled the exact number he did twice.
Cleet, can I get a luck roll from you? Jessica is the end of Cleet. Unfortunately, a bullet clips him, and I'm going to need a con roll or Cleet's dead.
Good God, killed by the police.
Ironic.
Oh,
you're
still alive. What a diehard.
It just shoots your nose off.
Cleet is holding on to life. You grab some first aid from the ambulance and start doing field medic training on yourself and pulling yourself back together. All your training sort of going into high gear as you sort of feel like you're back in the trenches once more. And I'm just going to give Stanley one last thing he wants to do, and then that'll wrap it up there as the police take care of the rest of them. Stanley, what are you doing?
I'm going to head back and I'm going to see if I can find Wilbur. And when I find him, I'm going to tell him, I hope you realise my debt is fully paid. Absolutely fully paid. And then walk off and go home.
You find Wilbur in the side alley that you started in. He is snoring away, standing in the rain.
I wake him.
You sort of wake up, he goes, oh, it's Stanley? Oh, you alright? You look a bit shook up.
I've had better days, man. I've had better days, but I can tell you one thing. My debt is fully paid. Fully paid. In fact, I should say you owe me some, but for now we'll call it quits.
He just looks around at the carnage and just goes, damn. Okay. And I'm going to say we're going to end it there. Thank you for playing GraveRobbers.
Oh my god.
Man.
Excellent, thank you.
I like
You've been listening to RPG's Nook actual play of GraveRobbers, and thank you for listening. If you enjoy this scenario or are interested in any other of our work, please find links in the description below to some of our other scenarios, and watch out for the future release of Death in Service,
which should be out around Halloween, which will include this scenario along with a few others. And once again, thanks for listening. See you next time.